You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 23rd of April. PM Modi doubles down on infiltrators' remark. Congress urges EC action over hate speech. Iranian President Raisi snubs Islamabad's position on Kashmir issue. And devotees throng temples to seek blessings on Hanuman Janmotsav. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday reiterated his controversial remarks and said that he had put the truth in front of the country, that if opposition Congress party will be voted to power, then the party will distribute the country's wealth among the infiltrators. While addressing a rally in Rajasthan, PM Modi said that his 90-second speech has created panic in the entire Congress and India alliance. The PM's comments have been widely believed to be referring to India's Muslim minority. Further sharpening his attacks, PM Modi said that the Congress has always been about appeasement and vote bank politics. On the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti, Modi said during Congress rule, people were not even allowed to play Hanuman Chalisa in public.
90 सेकंड का भाषण और मैंने कुछ सत्य देश के सामने रखा और पूरी कांग्रेस और इंडी गठबंधन में ऐसी भगदड़ मची है, ऐसी भगदड़ मची है। मैंने सत्य रखा देश के सामने। कांग्रेस आपकी संपत्ति छीनकर उनके खास लोगों को बांटने की गहरी साजिश रचकर बैठी है।
Modi's remarks have been seized on by the opposition, who have long accused Modi and the BJP of using divisive rhetoric to turbocharge their increasingly popular brand of Hindu nationalism. Senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh in a post on X said that over the past 10 years, most of the public assets and resources have been sold to one or two companies. Economists have pointed out that the growing monopolies in the economy have led to inflation. The Congress has also asked the Election Commission to take action and hold the PM accountable for his statement. India, a populous country, is in the midst of 7-phase national elections in which PM Modi's BJP is expected to win a third consecutive term. Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi snubbed Islamabad as Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif raked up Kashmir during a joint press briefing on Monday. During the media address, Sharif attempted to link Kashmir with conflict in Gaza and Palestine and said he expresses gratitude to Iran for raising voice for Kashmir. However, the Iranian president skipped any mention of the Indian territory in his statement. Notably, earlier this month, Saudi Arabia had also expressed a similar stance as it called Kashmir a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan and said the two sides should resolve issues through dialogue. Claimed by both New Delhi and Islamabad, the Himalayan region is administered by both India and Pakistan since independence from Britain in 1947, with the two countries fighting multiple wars over it. New Delhi has maintained the territory of Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India and Islamabad has no locus standi on it. Pakistan on Tuesday said that the South Asian nation can secure a staff-level agreement on new long-term, larger loan with the IMF by early July. The country's current $3 billion arrangement, which it secured last summer to avert a sovereign default, will run out in late April. Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb said that structural reforms would include increasing the government's tax revenue to GDP ratio to 13 to 14% in next 2 or 3 years, reducing losses of state-owned enterprises through their privatization and better management of the debt-laden energy sector. He said he did not know at this stage the volume and tenure of the longer programs, although he has previously said that he was looking for at least a 3-year bailout plan. The $350 billion South Asian economy faces a chronic balance of payment crisis. The government is seeking a larger long-term loan to help stabilize economic activity and financial markets so it can execute long-due, painful structural reforms. If secured, it would be the 24th IMF bailout for Pakistan. Moving on, the absence of proper education facilities and rising unemployment have continued to make life miserable for people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. A report.
The persisting condition of poor educational infrastructure in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has created a worrisome environment for people in the region. Residents say corruption and ignorance, absence of basic facilities, shortage of teachers and lack of job opportunities have fueled a sense of deprivation among the youth, but the government is hardly concerned.
गवर्नमेंट के जो सरकारी ऑफिसर हैं, जो टीचर्स हैं, जो सरकारी मुलाजिम हैं, वो भी अपने बच्चों को जो है ना सरकारी इदारों में दाखिल करवाने से गुरेज़ा हैं और वो उनका रुझान भी प्राइवेट इदारों की जानब है और ये बड़ी मायूस कुन सूरत हाल है। हुकूमत आज़ाद कश्मीर की जानब भरपूर तवज्जो देनी चाहिए, सरकारी इदारों की इमारतों पर तवज्जो देनी चाहिए और सबसे बढ़कर सबसे अहम जो मसला है मसाइल दो वो ये हैं कि इदारों में स्टाफ तरबियत याफ्ता स्टाफ की कमी है, कई मज़ामीन के जो है टीचर्स अदारों में मौजूद ही नहीं है।
Locals claim that since the 2005 deadly earthquake in the region, many schools in the region have still not been rebuilt, forcing students to study in makeshift tents.
उनमें से तकरीबन 60% इमारतें तो बनी हैं, लेकिन 40% इमारतें स्कूलों की अभी तक बन ही नहीं सकी, जहाँ वो ज़ेर तामीर है और उनको ठेकेदारों को अदायगी ना होने की वजह से वो काम अधूरा पड़ा है और वहाँ ज़ेर तालीम हज़ारों बच्चे जो है ना वो खुले आसमान तले या टेंटों में या शेल्टरों में जो है तालीम हासिल कर रहे हैं और कुछ इमारतें ऐसी भी थी जो जुज़वी मुतासर हुई थी जिनकी ज़रूरी मरम्मत करके उनको ज़ेर इस्तेमाल लाया जा सकता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे माफिया ने जो है ना वो उन इमारतों का बल्बा खरीदने के लिए बेचने के लिए ठेका दिया और वो उनको गिरा दिया।
And Bangladesh and Qatar on Tuesday signed 10 cooperation documents, including 5 memorandum of understanding to strengthen ties on multiple fronts. The agreements were signed in presence of Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Amir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, who is on a state visit to the South Asian nation. He had arrived in Dhaka on Monday, where gun salute rang out as Al Thani disembarked the airplane and the Bangladesh military presented him with a guard of honor. This is the first visit of any head of state after Sheikh Hasina's return to office for 4th term. The visit by Qatar's head of state also comes after 19 years, when then Amir Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani visited Dhaka in April 2005. The Amir left Bangladesh later in the evening for Kathmandu, where he has been invited for a state visit by Nepal's president. Sri Lanka's consumer price inflation rate dropped to 2.5% in March from 5.1% in February, according to official data, as the impact of the higher sales tax needed to meet targets set under the IMF bailout receded. The National Consumer Price Index captures broad retail price inflation and is released with a lag of 21 days every month. The island nation had racked up record high inflation that peaked at 70% in September 2022 after its economy pummeled, triggered by a plunge in foreign exchange reserves. Helped by a $2.9 billion IMF program, Sri Lanka's economy has slowly stabilized and is expected to return to growth this year after contracting 2.3% in 2023. And Hindu devotees across India on Tuesday thronged temples to offer prayers on the occasion of Hanuman Janmotsav, the birth anniversary of Hindu god Lord Hanuman. Sea of devotees flocked the iconic Hanuman Gari temple in Ayodhya, standing in queue waiting for their chance to offer their prayers to their deity. Similar scenes were witnessed at Delhi's Prachin Hanuman temple and Shimla's Jaku temple, where devotees lined up since early morning to seek blessings from Lord Hanuman, known for his unwavering devotion, courage and strength. Hanuman Jayanti or Hanuman Janmotsav celebrates the birth of Lord Hanuman, an ardent follower of Lord Ram. This day falls on the full moon day of the Hindu lunar month of Chaitra, which typically occurs in March or April.
सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं सब भाई आए हैं आज सुबह सुबह ही 5-6 बजे से लगे पड़े हैं सब। आज दर्शन हुए हैं बहुत ही मुश्किल से, आप देखेंगे बहुत लंबी भीड़ है, बहुत तांता लगा हुआ है, करोड़ों लोगों का लाइन लगी हुई है सुबह सुबह से। 3-3 बजे 4-4 बजे से लोग आए हुए हैं यहाँ पे और बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। आज के दर्शन तो बहुत ही जिसको मिल गए वो सौभाग्य में ही प्राप्त हुआ है।
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.